Welcome to Cordisco's Corner Podcast. Straight talk, unfiltered commentary, no PC here. Sit back and listen to some common sense discussion. And as always, thank you for your support. Welcome back to Cordisco's Podcast. Just two guys shooting the breeze. Mike's back again with all the things that are going on in Afghanistan and around the world. We just can't keep away from shooting the breeze, so we decided, instead of just talking on the phone, let's record one. So here we are. Mike, welcome back.
Hey, John, here we are again.
This is going to be a daily thing with the crap that's going on.
Oh, Biden is giving you material over and over again. I mean, you got to admit, this is the sorriest excuse for a president that I can ever remember past Carter. Here we are.
Woodrow Wilson might be better than Biden. And Woodrow Wilson, at the end of his presidency, had a major stroke and wasn't president for like a year.
We could only. I don't want to say anything too bad because I don't want to put ill will on anybody.
No. What I meant was, even when Wilson having a stroke was a better president than Biden is now.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. And I mean, Wilson really, he screwed up a lot of things. And I mean a lot of things. But I have a question, first off, we all know, and you and I were talking about the video that you did with the woman that called a member of Congress.
Oh, crying
and pleading to be rescued. And, I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't hear that much of an accent there. First, where is the squad? Where are they?
Oh, wait a minute.
Where are they in all this?
Since we're recording this now, here is the official response from the squad. You ready?
Yeah.
That's the official response from the squad. I saw the press release myself. All they had was...
they're so...
Yeah. They did it digitally. Just click on this, and here's our audio response. And it was crickets.
Yeah. That makes perfect sense.
No, I know what happened. Pelosi went to him with a bunch of them and said, listen. You know how Pelosi is. She's about as subtle as a train wreck. If you say one word out loud about any of this Afghanistan stuff, I will kill you myself and torture you first. Shut the F up until we get this figured out. I'll bet you $1 that's the conversation that happened.
Yeah, either that or Pelosi told them all, you know what, if you say anything, you're going to have to spend the next month with me all the time.
Yeah, I'll poison your water. I'll take away your children.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I just can't believe that the AOC and the rest of them, that nothing. Wait until the last flight leaves.
Now the funny part,
Kabul.
Yeah, but the funny part is, Mike, saying nothing is working for them. You got to remember the campaign they ran last year. They didn't campaign at all. They said nothing, and it worked for them. So they figured, hey, what the hell? We'll continue to say nothing. It worked before. People forget easy.
Yeah, there you go.
But when you said the last flight leaving Kabul, then what?
The last flight that has American soldiers on it that leaves Kabul, and then those people realize that there's no more planes coming in. And then the Taliban realizes there's no more troops inside the airport.
And then
what?
That's like the Monkees tune. Take the last plane to Kabul, and I'll meet you at the station.
Yeah, exactly. And I want to know when the violence is going to really erupt over there, because it's coming. It's coming. Question is when, because you've had, you have an entire generation of people there now, pretty much in their 20s, that have lived under American rule, and now all of a sudden they're going to go back to.
Well, even if you're 10 years old, you're 30 now.
Yeah, you're 30 now, so it's been nothing but American rule. Now all of a sudden, every little freedom that you have is going to get stripped. Then what? Then what happens? And then when you fight them, then you protest. You know what I'm waiting for, John? I'm waiting for another Tiananmen Square. That's what I'm waiting for. It's coming.
Well, I've seen some reports. I looked on the internet. There's been some pocket resistance as far as protesting goes. I'm not sure how far or how, where it went, but it's well, you wouldn't hear about it anyway. Once, that's the one thing that I'm surprised they haven't done yet, is turning off the internet.
Yeah.
And now I just did an episode where one of the talking bobbleheads, I forget her name, the one that cried on MSNBC, I think, the night that Trump won in 2016.
Yep.
And she was literally crying on the air. Oh, my God. What is our military going to say? This lunatic's in charge of them. What about all our NATO allies? You asshole. What do you think they're saying now?
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus. And then they have the nerve to act outraged.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now all of a sudden the press is different because, how are they going to spin this?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Biden is at the helm, so he can't blame Trump for this.
Well, he's trying. I remember I just saw a Jen Psaki quick clip the GOP put up on the YouTube page where it mentioned about, how did President Biden feel that one of the people that were sitting in the presidential palace was one of the 5 people that they let out of Gitmo while he was vice president? And you know what Psaki's response is?
What?
Well, during the Trump administration, there were thousands of prisoner exchanges. That's not the question that was asked.
Well, that's called deflection. And I'd like to know, if there were so many prisoner exchanges during the Trump administration, please do tell which ones exactly.
Oh, there probably were in the Afghan level. There weren't any on a
And then my next question
No,
is...
they weren't. No, those guys in Gitmo were supposed to be there forever. They're never supposed to be let out. Now, if there are thousands of prisoner exchanges, I'm sure that was a matter of course in all wars they do at the local level in Afghanistan. I have no issue with that.
Well, it had to be at the local level because if there were thousands of prisoner exchanges, from Gitmo, how many prisoners could be left?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm sure they caught some Afghan army guys and they had some Taliban guys or whatever, and they said, okay, here's 50 or 100, we'll just exchange them. That happens all the time. These were just normal soldiers. The guys in Gitmo were the brains behind 9/11 and all kinds of other crap. That's why they were there forever, supposedly.
That's right. Of course, now the question is, what's going to happen now? Because now they're back. And
well, you could almost figure it out. All right, pretend you're one of the leaders of the Taliban. What would you do?
Me, if it was me, I'd take the country over and then just be quiet for a little while and just bide my time before I struck again.
No, you're cash poor. You're cash poor.
Well, of course they've got all those minerals over there that China wants.
Oh, can't wait for all that. You need some cash now. What's the best way to get cash really quick from the richest country in the world?
Oh yeah. Just make a deal with the United States and they'll send you a couple of skids of cash.
Yeah, we'll let 20 people go. And then the next month there'll be another 20. And then 2 of them will die. They'll send their bodies back. And then this was going to go on for months. And then, of course, there's always going to be those 1 or 2 asshole Americans that say, well, no, I want to stay here. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, and the next thing you know is we're going to have a hostage crisis over there. And that would make sense if they have enough Americans over there that they can stop from getting to the airport.
Right.
Then they got their hostage crisis. They have something to negotiate with the United States for, and they can just say, hey, we've got X amount of your citizens here, and you got to pay us. Sorry
about that. Oh, no, I was just looking at a Fox article. Biden administration quickly processes migrants at the border, I should say illegal migrants at the border, but can't do the same for trapped Afghan interpreters. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, which one is more important?
I mean, there is no recall for president.
Unfortunately.
You know, I wonder if there's any Vegas odds yet. As soon as Biden resigns, they won't do the 25th Amendment because that looks too bad. He'll resign. And I'm getting agita just saying this. Those Italians out there listening to this know what agita is. It's Italian for heartburn. Kamala Harris will be president of the United States. Okay, deep breath.
Oh, yeah.
Deep breath. Try to calm down. But the funny part's going to be, the fun part is going to be who they pick for the VP choice. They has to go through the Senate approval. Oh, my God, I'd pay money to see that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Well, let's take some guesses. What do you think?
Sure, go ahead. What do you think?
Oh, no, I asked you. I'm the host. I get to make the rules.
Well, here's the $100 question, okay? Until the midterms are over and whatever's going to happen after the midterms, I think that the Democrats do have some leverage here. Because if something happens to Kamala Harris, guess who becomes president? Nancy Pelosi. Because she's a Speaker of the House, so they're gonna try to get somebody in there quick.
Well, what does anything happen to her? I mean, in real life, I mean, she's younger. She has no health issues that we know of. She's not going to be assassinated, and I wouldn't want that anyway because we're not a banana republic. That's not how we solve things. But
that's true. That's true. Hillary Clinton is not the Speaker of the House, so we don't have to worry about that.
Well, we got another year and a half before they change the Speaker. So
true.
Now, I'm trying to remember when Spiro Agnew resigned. I'm trying to remember how long it was before Gerald Ford stepped in as vice president. I don't remember. I don't recall
I don't know.
Because that was the only time that I know of. And then, of course, when he became vice president, shortly thereafter, Nixon resigned. And Ford became president. And I'm trying to remember how long it was before he got a vice president, if he had one at all.
Well, I'm on the internet right now. Let's look it up.
Okay, well, I'll look up Spiro Agnew resigning. And you can look up Gerald Ford sworn in as vice president. And then the difference is the time that, so those listening, sorry out there, we're pushing buttons here. I'll try to talk. Spiro Agnew, he resigned, no, it doesn't say. Served from 1969 till his resignation in 1973, but it doesn't say what, 73, so I have to go on his Wikipedia page, which I hate to do because they suck. Let's see. Succeeded by Gerald Ford. Resting place, spouse, education, years of service. In office. He was governor of Maryland. I forgot about that. He was
now trying to find out who his VP was.
Okay, October 10th, 1973. October 10th, 1973, Spiro Agnew resigns. Now.
Okay, August. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, never mind.
Gerald Ford, VP. If you punch in that, then you can see the difference, and that's how long it was. We didn't have a vice president. Ford, sworn in, vice president. I hate to use Wikipedia. They really suck. Would you say in the college you go to that Wikipedia isn't allowed as a source?
That is correct. They're not allowed as a source. If you use them on a paper, whatever the subject content is, it's
okay. Here it is.
Eliminated.
Here it is, December 7th of the same year. So we went 2 months, technically, without a vice president.
Okay.
Now, who was vice president of Gerald Ford? I'm trying to remember. Was there one?
I'm not sure.
I don't think there was.
I can't find any information on that.
because he went all the way to 1976, and that's when he got beat by Carter. I should know this because I'm like a political junkie even back then. Even when I was a kid, I used to stay up late and watch the annual meetings there, the presidential. Blah blah blah. Who was vice president of Gerald Ford? Oh yeah, that's right. I completely forgot. We're from New York, and we should know this.
Okay.
It was Nelson Rockefeller.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus, how could we miss that one? We both live in New York. Now I'm embarrassed.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
we are so informed.
Well, we were a lot younger back then, too. I mean, I'm a little bit older than you, so you were really young.
Yeah, I think I was 2.
All right, so you get a pass. I was,
Yeah,
I got out of high school in 74. So I was either in 10th or 11th grade. I was either a junior or a sophomore in high school.
Christ, I was born in January of 74.
Oh, Lordy, this is after all this done.
Yeah.
So you were 6 months old when I got out of high school.
Yep.
Nice. Well, it's not the year of the car, my friend. It's how many miles that are on it. And mine are all in-town hard miles.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Well, so now we know that. Take any guesses? Let's take some guesses on who they would pick for VP. Just so we can get our subject off of this disaster in Afghanistan for a time. Let's see. Who can we pick? Oh, you know what? I just thought of somebody.
Who?
Hillary Clinton's running mate. Kane. Senator Kane from Maryland.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, I just thought of that because he wasn't on the presidential stage. They're going to pick somebody that wasn't part of that cluster blank.
Yeah, tell me about it. That was bad. I mean, she was horrible when she came in. Well, first off, let's be honest, Hillary Clinton, she moved to New York State to try to run for president. Becoming a senator in New York State, that was all part of the game, and the end game was the presidency, and she didn't get it. Tried what, twice?
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. She ended up, she probably thinks she's one of the most jinxed. Let's see, here it is here. Senator Kane he was born in February of 58. So I'm a couple of years older than him. He's in his early 60s. He's in fairly good health as far as I know. He is, he's in the Senate. Oh, Virginia, that's right. I forgot it's Virginia, not Maryland. Well, it's the same thing anymore. But, it's going to be somebody that was not in the Democratic primary for president. Well, Hillary's got to feel jinxed because she was basically a shoo-in, and all of a sudden Obama came in, and he basically told everybody, I know I'm not going to win the nomination. I just want to keep Hillary Clinton honest.
Yeah, well, he ended up winning.
And then she's basically no primary opponents. And then she runs into Donald Trump. She's got to figure, Jesus, what do I got to do? I'm jinxed.
Yeah, no kidding. The Electoral College got her, thank God.
Well, yeah. But,
let's be honest. Hillary Clinton was in our district on the Senate. What did she do? Nothing.
Well, we live in upstate New York, and those of you that don't know, upstate New York compared to New York City, we're very economically depressed, and she promised several 100,000 jobs, and I'm still waiting. Now she lives.
Well, not only that, she claimed that she was going to do something about NYSEG, and for all you listeners out there that are not familiar with NYSEG,
that's a local utility,
New York State of Electric and Gas.
Yeah,
and their rates are they suck. They're way too expensive, and she was going to do something about that too. Never happened.
Well, I know why they're expensive, but I don't want to waste good political time talking about that. It's the laws of the state of New York that make it so.
No, yeah, that too.
Because they can't buy from anybody they want to. They're only allowed to buy electricity from certain vendors because their production standards are a lot better and they're a lot more reliable. And, of course, the rates are a lot more. That's why.
Right, that's true. Speaking of New York State, how much more time do we have left until we lose our token governor, Cuomo?
It was supposed to be 14 days. When did he resign? A week ago?
Are we? I think we're down to single digits now.
I know he applied for his retirement. He gets like $50,000 a year, I think they said.
That's too much.
Well, I mean, he was governor. I mean, I'm not going to screw around with the retirement for the governor's office just because he's a dick. I mean, you know, it is what it is. Like, I'm not thrilled about giving Obama the retirement for being president, but that's what presidents get, and that's the way it is. But
right, yeah.
I got to remember, Cuomo also gets his retirement from being all those years with the federal government when he ran HUD, and he was also Attorney General, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and hopefully he's done. Hopefully he'll just go away.
No, don't you remember when all the Democrats were killing each other and Kamala Harris was calling Biden a racist and Cory Booker was practicing his Spanish. Remember that one?
Yeah.
And then
don't forget Pocahontas was there too.
Pocahontas was there representing the Native Americans. And the only one that made any sense at all, 90% of what she said I don't agree with, is Tulsi Gabbard, but at least she's reasonable. But anyway,
true.
A lot better to look at, too. Oh, that's sexist. I'm sorry. But, yeah, I mean, all of that. Anyway, they were saying, though, that there was so much infighting going on. They were beating each other so bad. And, of course, Bloomberg came in. And he spent all those hundreds of millions in his campaign. Lasted a week. Jesus.
Yeah.
You know
what else is interesting is that he took the fall for stop and frisk bad, really bad.
Well, because it worked.
Yeah.
It worked. But the thing was, though, I mean, all those, here's the thing. Why isn't he bitching about the fact it's his money? He can do what he wants with it. I'm not going to criticize him. If he wants to spend it on lottery tickets, it's none of my business. But at the same time, don't be the same people that bitch about the fact that all these poor, low-income, smart kids never get anywhere and they can't get into private school. You asshole. You spent $400 million, whatever it was. You know how many kids he could have put in private school?
Yeah.
You ass. It is right.
That's another thing, going back to Biden again. His comment, the poor kids are just as smart as white kids.
Yeah, I remember that one.
What does he literally have to say?
Yeah, and then you can't walk into a convenience store without hearing an Indian accent.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the poor kids are just as smart as the white kids. Yep.
Yeah, I don't see what he has to say before, before the left will turn on him. I don't understand. I don't understand it. It just doesn't make any sense.
No, because they have to, like the people you see online, and even some of friends of yours that said they're sorry they voted for Biden. Right?
Right.
They're not really sorry they voted for Biden. They voted against Trump. They didn't vote for Biden. They can't badmouth Biden because they really didn't vote for him. Technically, yes. But not mentally and emotionally, no.
If I do believe that if Trump was still in there, we wouldn't be dealing with this thing in Afghanistan.
Oh, I believe so too.
Out.
In fact,
they would have still pulled out, but I don't think they would have been.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off here because we're going to talk about what Trump would have done in Afghanistan. I'm going to do another segment here, so let me stop this recording. And so that's this portion of Two Guys Talking on Cordisco's podcast. Stay tuned for the next episode where Mike and I solve all the problems in Afghanistan. Until the next time, goodbye and good luck.